Oh my God, are we live? There's no way. Oh, let's go. Finally. Jesus Christ, that was difficult. All right, guys. So we're doing a little bit of a live stream today, just to test out to see how things are going. We can see that we have my little market here. I'm gonna go up to the 5,000 and we're gonna work our way down. I don't know. Why is it so much darker on this end? I can't figure it out. I mean, if someone else figures it out, let me know because I'm not able to figure this out currently. I'm trying to figure out my OBS and it's not working. Huh. Hmm. I don't know. Um, why does this look so much darker? Maybe I'll change the background. Let me see if I can figure out how to change the background on this. The background, yeah, it's white. Let's see, let me go to my display. Let's see, display. Oh no, that looks terrible. Hmm. Color management. Okay, turn that off. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out why it's so much darker on my output. Maybe let me check my stream. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out why it's so much darker. Let me actually fix this as well. I need to turn off my. I need to turn my kick sound compressor because it's not working well either. Sorry, guys. This is a test stream, and then we'll get started with trading. Noise suppression, limiter, gain. Maybe turn down my gain a little bit. Okay, close. Maybe that will fix it. Like, let's hope that fixes it. That's the main thing. Okay. Um, why is my screen output so bad? That's the real question. Huh. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Let's go to files. Let's see if this fixes it. Output. Video. Colors. What if I change the main screen? What if I change my display capture? Does this look better? Oh, that does look better. Let's do that. Okay. I mean, it looks a little bit better. looks a lot better, to be honest. And I can fix this. Let me turn off the lock for that. Okay, that looks fine. Let me move this over. And I need to make my screen, my picture smaller. Okay, so we're just going to trade it based off this, I guess. And let me fix this. All right, there we go. Now we're good. I'm so sorry. Should be fine now. All right. It's gonna look slightly different. So let's go ahead and take. It's still like I don't know how to explain it. Like the colors are not right. See. No, that's not it. We might just have to deal with this. I don't know why the colors are so much more different. If I scale it upwards, does it fix it? I mean, 100% looks fine. So yeah, we'll just keep that. All right. Sorry, I'm just making sure everything's working. All right, guys, there we go. I'm officially ready now. Hmm. So let me see where we are. So if I'm looking at the scale right here, we're currently in a downtrend on the much higher time frame. I do see some upwards potential here. Before this low, this was the last area, area of rejection. We could move up. I personally believe we can come up to here just because we have this little space before we switch positions. Come anywhere up to here. That would be my most confident spot. That doesn't mean that we aren't going to retrace and come back down for this liquidity. So we have two types of liquidity right here. We have this one. Okay, so let me put this higher time frame liquidity. This is not a low, and the reason this is not a low is because this did not retest this previous trend. Well, okay. So what I mean by that is I always look for a retest of at least 50% of a 50% pullback to give me confirmation that this is a retrace and um, not a liquidity grab. Okay. So yes, we do have this as a, high low, technically high low to high low. However, when I see this as a liquidity grab, this gives me an idea that if price is rejecting this, it's not only going to grab this one most likely, but it will come down to here. Okay. So this is a liquidity. I won't really take that trade. The issue is on the 5,000. This isn't showing us any strength. So when I'm seeing this right now, I'm instantly thinking it's going to be a slow process. We've had consolidation. We had a breakout. We filled that breakout initially, and now we potentially are working towards grabbing this liquidity. That again, like I said, let me make sure this isn't the 50%. Yeah, so this isn't even close to that 50%. So what it could do is this could act as the new high, retrace, come back up to here. Okay, that's very possible. The next likely option is it does something like this, comes back up, comes here, comes down, comes back up. Okay, so these are like the two options I would be looking for, is to do something like that or and come down to grab this liquidity right here. Um, my issue is if we do come down to here, it's not going to give me much indication that we potentially can move up. If we grab this liquidity, that's more of an indication we can move up. So I'll delete that. We have a theory, we have a bias, an idea of what we're going to do. Again, our bias is long. Now, the last thing is it could hold right here and just come straight up, okay? And that's the best case scenario for taking trades today. I don't really want to take any trades if it doesn't give us that entry criteria right there. So as you can see, I trade on the ticks. So the reason why is it gives me an easy higher time frame focus, because I could go from 5 times increase, 10 times increase from my additionally. So this is 50 times, which is my higher time frame. This one gives me an idea of where we could potentially see a rejection off of, and then this is where my entry criteria is. Okay, so let me go ahead and delete this higher time frame. We kind of drew my little boxes right there, and again, we are bullish biased. I need to go up to here. Do we have anything clear of where we can potentially go? Not really. I don't really like the fact that when I'm looking at this, we don't have a good area of rejection other than right here. This could act as the area of rejection. So I'm going to draw this as a box. If we come down to here and we reject off this point, this would be a good entry. Or even a 1-to-1, okay, but preferably a 1-to-2. And we would want to get this entry as close as possible to the bottom of this point, something right here, where we have our stop loss down here, and we don't have to take a trade all the way to the top of this range. We could only take a trade down to here, and then we could trail small position of our trade if we wanted to. Okay, but the reason why is, again, I'm not confident that this trade is going to go up. I don't really want to take the risk. So this gives me the option to do two things, which my strategy is a 1 to 1.5. Then I move my stop to break even. Okay. That way it guarantees me some profit. I don't get caught in the choppy market, and then allows me to take another trade. If I take one loss, which will cede, I am not entering another trade. All right. So that gives me one option. A second option is I could go for the 1-to-2. Or I could go for a safe 1-to-1 right here, which is a highly likelihood chance this would hit, and then trail half the position with my stop loss staying the same. Because if I go for a 1-to-1, this is a break even trade if it hits my stop loss. Okay, then I'll trail the other half of the position and I target the highs of the range. And all of these should give me around a 1-to-2 risk to reward if it plays out properly. But that's what I'm looking at for this particular trade right here. Okay, so let me go ahead and delete this. I'm going to go ahead. We're still waiting right here for a trade to be taken. Let's look at this now. Now we're still bearish bias, okay? And if we're looking at this particularly, we have kind of just confusing price action. I mean, we have this as our previous high. Let me make sure. Yeah, we have this as our previous high up here. Okay, we have our new high up here. For our new high, I'm just going to put a symbol, I think. Let me see if I could put a circle. Ah, if I'm able to put a circle, I will put a circle. But sorry. Okay, and then we can actually lower this. I mean, if we're looking at this, we can actually make more of a particular entry area where I would want to see it, because I don't want to see it come all the way down to here. All right. So this is the range where it's possible to reject off of. This is my preferred range right here to look for the rejection. Let me go ahead and scroll this out. I don't know how long it would take to hit this necessarily. And if we look into this, we can see this thing is trying to break itself up. It didn't give me an entry for a long position. I have two separate strategies. So we're just waiting to see what happens here. And again, if anyone has any questions, let me know about the strategy or what I'm doing. And you can see up here, this is technically my balance, my market limit loss. This is a challenge again. So, but this is the challenge to where you're targeting a specific amount. My risk is $300 every trade for this challenge. So yeah, my risk is $300 every trade for this challenge. And again, I target a 1.5 for every trade. So we're just waiting to see if anything shows up. I can look at other markets. I try not to trade other markets usually. And I am expecting, even if this pulls itself upwards, this might act as a CH, which is just a change of structure or liquidity. Either one, I kind of want to just see the rejection. So potentially it could do this and we might see an instant rejection. Then I might actually take a short attempt at it with half position size. That might be a great option because I just don't believe that this thing's going to work its way up from here. All right, I mean, that's kind of that market. Let's just be patient, see what happens here. Another confirmation would be, so we have like this going on right here. I mean, if we see something like this, we have this high, low, we have a lower high, low, we retest, we fell. And then that's also potential for a pretty good risk to reward. Again, I don't have to trade in the higher time frame trend. It's just preferred, right? Okay, and I'm going to put a little target symbol right here. Listen, and again, if anyone has any questions, please let me know. I'll try my best to answer them for you guys. All right. Let me see if I can put that full screen. There you go. Okay, and then let me edit this for full screen. I actually like full screen better. Okay. I'm not really seeing much on that. Let's go to MGC, see how that reacts. You know, this is a slower market, so you really got to see if there's any instant trades here. Okay, let me look at the way higher time frame for a second to see what we're doing here. We hit it, we failed. We came up, grabbed the liquidity, we failed instantly. It looks like we're failing again, potentially. We have yet to pull a lower low yet, so I can't really enter that, nor have we pulled a higher high per se. I'm gonna guess we did. This is a higher high technically, but nothing I really like. This is like a 1 pip grab, which usually means it's going to reject downwards. And it looks like it is. It looks like it is retesting downwards. What do we bounce off of? That's the real question. I don't really see anything that we bounced off of. Nope. Let's go to MCL, see if we have any long-term trades here. Okay, 100, 5,000. Looks like we're in a bullish structure right now. This is actually a pretty set bullish structure as well. We have this low, we have this high. I mean, potentially we can move down again. Let me see, did this retest in the range? It did. It did. This created a lower low. Grab liquidity, instant rejection. It didn't pull up anywhere. It's just confusing price action right now on that end. Not a huge fan of this. Because this could really do anything. This could continue moving up. I mean, we did reverse positions. It's just bad. Bad market. Nope. Not the reason why that's a bad market. It's not clear cut. It doesn't give me a clear sign of where that might be going. So even though I have this target here, guys, please do not take a trade based off the target. The target is where I want to take a long trade, okay? So this would be my ideal long entry with bullish engulfing candle, okay? All right, and so if you guys don't know what a bullish engulfing candle is, all that is we have a green, oh, that's text. We have a green box. And you could always look this up, by the way. We have a green candle. And all I want to see is strong liquidity, okay, against the red candle. So I really, it does, if it's a small bullish engulfing candle, I really don't even want to take that. I want to see like a pretty strong, at least double the size. At least this size, like size difference when I'm looking for a bullish engulfing candle here. Okay. And that's going to be somewhere around here, preferably in this area. It can realistically be anywhere within this trend right here. I might actually raise this area up to here. And then we have the main area right there. So anywhere it shows us a rejection there is something that I would be looking at. All right, and we're just waiting. We're being patient right now, seeing if this gives us anything on any of the time frames. I mean, it looks like it's trying to reject, but this consolidation is nothing that we want to see. We could also look at a few other ones. Let me go back to MGC. Actually, let's look at Platinum quickly. Platinum sometimes moves. No, not even moving one bit. Let's go to not S&P. We could look at Russell. Russell's showing a lot of strength. Small caps are going crazy right now. Not willing to trade it though. It's not a good setup. Crude oil, Dow, Micro Russell, Nikkei. What's open right now? What market's open? Micro USD, Euro USD. No. Some of these I don't like to trade usually. I mean, I'm just looking to see if there's anything that's standing out. We could also do micro Bitcoin, which is sometimes a good thing to trade. It does give us like setups with it, which honestly right here is not even a bad setup. We have yet to make a higher high. So what we could potentially do is like we're just stuck between this range right now. So yeah, we are extremely bullish right now. And we just broke structure from the top side. Actually, we made new highs, I think, right? Oh no, no. What am I talking about? See, this is how much I trade Bitcoin. But we are making higher highs. We did just break structure, so I mean, I would want to target a set risk reward here. I wouldn't want to really take a risk with it. If it rejects, I mean, again, it can always come down for this liquidity. That's probably the best option here of what you would want to look for if you're scalping Bitcoin is you would want to see a rejection downwards and then a pull up higher. You don't want to see it retest all the way back in this range though. That's the main thing. You would want to see that later on. So again, you might see something like this where you take a long position after it gives you confirmation. You target up to here. Your stop loss is pretty close, okay? Or you target a little bit closer for a retest. And then that way, no matter if it's just a retest in the range and don't fall through, where it does something like this, you know, breaks the structure down here, comes back up, and then fails. Either way, you'll get some profit out of it. $500. This does look like it's going to come down and grab that liquidity, though. Let's look at Ethereum, which usually follows you'll probably see me on tomorrow instead, more so today. Micro Nasdaq, micro gold. Let's go back to MGC quickly. I wanted to look at something. No, still not taking that trade. MNQ. There you go. We had the rejection. We had the failure right here. Was this at my range of where we could reject? It was exactly at it. I might actually take a, let me go ahead and figure out exactly how much it is. 300. 500. 150. 130. This can 100% reverse. I mean, not the best trade outlook. And you could see I'm not even getting a 1-to-1 anymore. Yeah, I'm not even getting a 1-to-1. I don't know if I like that at all. I don't think I like this entry at all. Even with a small scalp, I don't think I like this entry, but we'll play it through. If this fails right here, then I might go pretty heavy on it. And then I'll move my stop loss down. My worry is this fits another one of my strategies, although not strong, because it's internal structure. This fits another strategy where it just if it holds this range and it breaks back up, it's going to come up and get this liquidity and stop me out as well. So I might just keep this down here for 100. Oh, well, that failed. And we're going to move this up right here and just hope this thing moves straight down. Retest, test range. We failed right here. We failed at that range. 190. I don't want to risk 190. I want to risk 150. 150. And then we're aiming for 200 right here. It's just not a good trade. This is a pretty pitiful trade, I'll be honest. This is going to come back up, take me out of this trade. It's a pretty shit trade. Yeah, pretty shit trade. I can admit that. High low. I'm going to create a lower low. I mean, this is the area you would want to see the rejection now. Looks like we're just consolidating here. I mean, I'm not gonna chase this at all. Let me go ahead and update my counter. I guess I was in a trade, but oh. All right, there's the rejection I was looking for. Okay. And what I want to see is I want to see it confirm. I'd like to see a confirmation that's coming down, and I'll add 5 positions here. And then that should be around $200, and it will either stop me out for the day at 125 or stop me, or hopefully continue down through this point. For 150, there you go. Sorry. This is my ideal long entry though, so I got to be careful because I don't want to over risk here. I'm trying to think of how much this would be if it's let's see if this retest up at all. If this fails, it might. Okay, well, put me in for 15. I'm risking 242. This is close to a normal position size as I can, 212. I'm not targeting all the way down to here. I'm targeting a 1 to 1.5. That's all I'm going to target for this trade. I don't want to take a huge risk with this trade, so I'm not going to. It already retested, it grabbed liquidity. If we are going to move up, then it's going to come a higher here. I hope it doesn't do that, but with this setup, you never know. This isn't the best setup. Again, we are bullish biased, and we have yet to grab a long. So we'll see if this is able to move down. And this is riskier. Again, like I said, this is a riskier trade in general. I hope that it will come down. It's not my favor. I have, a short-term bias here. Does not support my longer-term bias, so we're playing risky, which I don't like. If I see anything that goes against it, I'm going to exit. Realistically, I need to see this be a reversal candle right here. And once it starts to break down, this thing should speed down. I mean, that's an assumption I'm making. I might be able to get my 150 back. I just don't like this range right here. That's my issue. I'm very fearful. This type of setup is something I'm fearful of, and it's sad because it doesn't fit my strategy. Ooh, fully per se, it does, but it doesn't. Okay, I guess the best way to explain it is I like the fact that it came up and it grabbed this candle's liquidity right here. I do like that a lot. What I don't like is, let me see if I have a free. Am I able to free draw? I don't like the fact that it's doing this curve structure. That's just something that terrifies me. And usually when it does this, it's building up a strong move down or a strong move up, okay? We're gathering liquidity to move upwards or move downwards, okay? My other issue is we have yet to grab a bunch of liquidity here. This is the only time we've grabbed some sort of structure after we've made the initial curve, which is also terrifying. Now, I'm of course going to hold this trade and hope it moves down, but this is not a high likelihood trade. I'm really not proud of this setup. I'm going to give it a few candles and see if this thing moves down quickly. It's hesitating a lot, though. It's hesitating so much. We hit this structure right here. And if we see a bullish engulfing candle, then I might just get out. I might just take the loss. Yeah, this is just dangerous. Oh, no. We're going to wait. We are going to be patient, I promise. Okay. Again, we have that. We could target the 1 to 2. I mean, I think it would be fairly safe to target that. I do really want to see this come down, though. I think this will be my only trade of the day, I'll be honest. This was supposed to be a test stream again. I'm not dressed up, as you could tell. I'm all over the place, but you can see what type of trades I'm looking at right here. Don't follow my positions, my trades. This is a challenge account, so I'm just taking a little bit more risk than usual. I trade a lot more better during the New York session because the price action is a lot better on ticks. This is a lot harder because it consolidates a lot. It grabs a lot of liquidity, especially during Asian session. So please do not follow trades during Asian session. Please only trade during London or New York usually. Sometimes this is the only time I'm able to trade. So I'm very glad. The reason I put my stop up here because it felt this gap pull up. So sometimes with this type of my strategy, if it rejects off a gap initially with a strong bullish engulfing candle, that might act as a liquidity grab to where it's going to come back up and grab the liquidity on the top side. Okay. And again, that one has like 55% success rate using a 1 to 2. So my only worry now is, of course, I don't want to see this hesitate like it's currently doing. You want to see a quick move down because you want to see it try to come down very quickly, move down very quickly, and grab some sort of liquidity so it can reverse back upwards, going with my bias. Okay. So what I'm saying is I want to see this thing boom down. That way it has, a lot of strength, a lot of liquidity to boom back up. Okay. That's all that means. If it hesitates around this range, you can't predict of what's going to do, right? It's very worrying what this might do if, it's hesitating right here. For example, this is terrifying to me. This is very terrifying for me, that type of candle. Um, the reason why is this hesitating. It came off, we're at a order block technically right here. Although it's not a strong one, this could do really anything here. It can come back up to here. It can come up, grab this liquidity, change of structure to then work its way down to here. And that's very probable at this current moment. So I'm just seeing how this reacts at this range here. This is not going well. Yeah, no, not a good thing. Left the gap open, working its way up here. Let's just hope that it can reject here. I don't think it will, but we'll hope that it rejects here. I mean, I could save $100 right now. Probably should have. All right, 2 losses. And 2 losses, just stop for the day. I'll show you guys where I'm at, though, on the account. I started this account last week, 2 days, last week on Thursday, I think it was. So I'm going a little bit more risky than usual. What is that? 150 plus 2. I think we're at negative 375 right here. And it did exactly. It's showing liquidity strength up to this liquidity up here. All right. Let me go ahead and show you what. This is where it's currently at, 50,864. Okay. It's just very tempting. It is very tempting to take a trade here. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end it. I think I will end the stream today. This was just an example stream. I'm gonna have a lot more things to set up. I was having issues connecting to my actual account for a while. I don't know why it wasn't letting me in. It wasn't letting me post videos or anything for a long time. And I finally figured out it's because they added the 2 authentication process and they also added some other stuff. So I might. There's a gap up here that's going to come up to. Yeah, I'm ending my stream. I'm getting the antsies. Okay. 2 trades, 2 losses, negative 375. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you again tomorrow. I will be trading during normal New York session.